Hello! In this video I'm going to point out some minor details in the mission, the big score, obvious approach. You probably are asking why you suddenly hear my voice, then since I have barely no time, I reckon this is faster, so yeah, hope you enjoy my voice. Let me know in the comments if you want to hear me speak in other videos also, or just stick to writing. Also, I must say that none of these had any effect on how much I enjoyed the game. I'm just entertained by finding small details, and I also believe that some of these could have easily been avoided or fixed if they were noticed. So my guess is either no one cares or no one noticed, or maybe these are just a result of changes made to the mission later in development. So yeah, let's dive in. The first is having to park the getaway car in a handicap space. Besides being kind of inconsiderate, this also means you risk being towed, and it's not like you don't have enough parking space. There are plenty parking spaces in that parking lot, so why not move the yellow marker? Okay, next, this was not supposed to be seen, but I still find it kind of weird, so I will mention it here. In the first cutscene in Vanilla Unicorn, notice how Lester picks up the package that spawns on the table and then throw it to Michael. And instead of just repeating the spawn on the table, pick up and throw to Franklin, the package spawns in his hand, and then he acts as if he picks it up from the table and throw it to Franklin. I wonder why it's different. This is a very technical question, but yeah, I'm very interested in why they made it the change instead of just repeating. And the next one, using Dave Norton's car, as I showed in the All Possibilities video. The Oracle Michael uses belongs to Dave Norton, the FBI agent, and this you can see by the license plate. That's weird because he obviously has nothing to do with Big Score, so why? I mean, maybe he was supposed to have a part in the mission and then they changed it later in development. It could easily have been just any random license plate or even any random other car. Also, they leave the car behind, so maybe it was to frame Dave Norton for it or something, get him in trouble for it, but that also don't add up in my opinion, so that's just yeah, weird. After drilling into the vault, you have Noose cops arriving way too fast in the tunnel. Obviously, if you're familiar with the tunnel, it should have taken them a lot longer. Also, you have the Noose cops rappelling down instead of engaging the choppers, which I find kind of weird, but okay, never mind. I would also like to know how Franklin got up to the walkway as fast as he did. There is no actual connection to street level that is really fast, or even logical. I mean, if he just kept down through the tunnel, he would get away with it, so yeah. Obviously this is for gameplay, so you can have the possibility to change between characters, so yeah, I'm not really bothered with that. Also, if there was a way, that would explain how the cops got down there so fast also, so. The next one is about the route they take. Obviously, the gameplay needs a long route of shooting and fighting since it's the final score, but having the route go up and then down on the other side and circling around the building, almost meeting at the same spot you was just a minute earlier, it kind of feels stupid. I'm sure they could have found a route that would have been just as long and less and feel less stupid. Also, the so-called Marrywether chopper has a Noose pilot in it. Just a minor oversight, no big deal. This is also funny because later the 3 choppers chasing you do have Marrywether NPCs in them, so yeah, that's just a minor oversight. The Noose team's driving into the parking lot, all the way into the parking lot to take position at the end of it, is kind of stupid. I mean, it's bad tactics. There is no advantage in driving to that position, and it just makes it easier to shoot them down. The next thing is is basically the biggest one that you have all noticed, no doubt about it, is that when you switch back to Trevor after losing the cops, the choppers are essentially at the exact same spot they was 5 minutes earlier when the whole running and shooting as Michael and Franklin began. So yeah, that's kind of funny. They were obviously in no hurry to get away. The last one is regarding the gold, leaving it on the train that is restricted to train tracks. It is not very clever. They should have dropped it on a truck, a flatbed, a dump truck, and just covered it with tarp or whatever, and that would make a lot more sense in my opinion. Also, minutes later, after the final cutscene, you see that Lester wants them to fly to the gold, to check on the gold, with the same chopper they ran from Marrywether with.
Hey, you two, come with me. I'm gonna need some help getting the metal in storage for a few days before I can sell it.
Both of us?
Yes, both of you.
Why didn't they just fly the whole way with their gold and skip the unnecessary train? Obviously gameplay, having you drop the gold on the train, but that's it for my nitpicking. Obviously many of you are going to complain about it, but either way, if you hear this, thanks for watching through the video. And also I recommend checking out my Patreon page for extra content. There are videos there, linked there, unlisted videos that are available for everybody, not only patrons, but can only be accessed through the links there. You get to enjoy some exclusive videos that have very little views and comments on them. So yeah, thanks again for watching, hope you enjoyed this video.